Hello Leo, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting January 23rd, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Leo folks out there, if you missed the first round or the first Astrology Love webinar that I did this month, I've got the same one coming up here again on Thursday. I'm going to be talking all about synastry, compatibility, looking at compatibility in the charts, as well as exploring what karmic relationships are and how to detect them. So if you're interested in signing up for that, you can always do so at my website, integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on this week, Leo, when it comes to the charts? Well, we have a much easier week than last week. Last week we had Mars crossing Chiron. People had very easy buttons to push, acting out, acting in, and, you know, sometimes that just kind of creates a lot of problems and a lot of drama. Now, luckily this week we've got almost the opposite. We've got Venus, the planet of love and harmony, crossing Chiron Tuesday and Wednesday. And this brings opportunities for patching up, for healing, for forgiveness, and redemption. And a lot of this is going on in your 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. So if you've been having problems with issues of money being owed, responsibilities, or maybe even financial responsibilities that other people are supposed to meet but they are not, this is the week where we have people trying to make up for that and make peace over this issue. Any kind of issues as far as intimacy are concerned, too much, not enough, not the right way, we're also going to be working on that this week, it seems, with Venus in the 8th house, and it looks to me like a very good romantic energy. Later on in the week, we have got Mercury, the planet of communications, in your 6th house of reputation, forming a very strong connection to Neptune in this 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. And the 6th house of reputation and daily work, Capricorn for you, connected to Neptune, means that you're going to be offered some kind of opportunity based on a recent project that you have finished, or something that you have recently submitted, or something that you have changed about your work profile in the last month. Now, during this time, with Mercury sextile to Neptune, we have to make sure that you don't necessarily bite off on everything right away, because sometimes people aren't always 100% truthful, or maybe they're misreading us a little bit. Doesn't mean there's anything nefarious, it is a good angle. We do actually have a great new opportunity, birthed from this creation, but I want you to make sure that you don't sign on the dotted line as fast as possible, because we may have to amend some things. So what's going on with your spiritual advice with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice this week, we do have the card of the Trickster. And this is basically a week where the message is pretty simple. Don't let appearances and maybe even a person's outward, disposition trick you into thinking that's the entirety of who they are. Nowadays, we've got people desperately looking for people that they think are of like mind, but anyone can market themselves as a like-minded person to anyone. And quite frankly, whether they're good actors or bad actors, they're going to get some suckers. And this week you may be noticing some people are going to try and take you for a bit of a sucker in that way. And with the Trickster card, it's important to pay attention to consistency. It's important to pay attention to consistency, but also to how intelligent people are when they're speaking their truth to you. Are they able to do it succinctly, eloquently? Are they able to do it in a way that respects your intelligence? Because you may be finding out that someone is trying to trick you, in the way they're showing you they're tricking you is that they're dumbing everything down. Okay? So be careful this week. I do think that somebody's going to try to pull the wool over your eyes, or at least, try and get away with pulling something, and they're going to try and do it by flattering you. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Hierophant card reversed. And this card is interesting because we do have rules being broken in your favor this week, and they might be rules that are meant to be broken. This could be great news as far as a financial situation where we need to get some kind of money really quickly, or maybe we're looking to score a better job opportunity or a new position opportunity. And the Hierophant card reverse says somebody's pulling some strings for you. Maybe it's just a bunch of red tape that's been getting in the way, a bunch of technicality, a bunch of bureaucracy that doesn't make any sense and serves no one, and somebody sees the light and decides to get that out of your path. If you've been having a hard time getting a job because of this, or advancing your position at work because of this, we finally have this obstacle being removed. What I like about the Hierophant card reverse is basically saying policy, when it comes to where you work or how you work, is going to shift in your favor finally, because we are again getting rid of some kind of unnecessary rule, standard, expectation that's been causing more grief than goodness. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we do have the Ace of Cups inverted. And this card's kind of interesting because we have somebody feeling like they can't tell you the whole truth. Not because they're trying to lie, it's not like the trickster, but the Ace of Cups reversed is saying there's a friend or a relative who you feel might actually be afraid to share what could be considered uncomfortable or maybe even controversial or contrary feelings to you or with you. And we need to encourage open, honest communication when it comes to, to our closest. We don't want a bunch of yes men and yes women just validating everything we say by pretending to be, clones of one another. And the Ace of Cups inverted is saying you might actually, if you notice that a friend or a relative is kind of behaving kind of strange or kind of distant, they may need to air some grief. And we can do that, and have it be, I'm glad you told me, so I can fix it, because I think that you guys do need to have that out. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Two of Swords inverted, okay? And this week, your challenge is going to be sticking to your guns in a lot of ways. I think that with the Two of Swords reversed, there's going to be a lot of peer pressure to kind of vacillate and flip-flop a lot on some of your feelings and some of your opinions and some decisions that you've made. And the Two of Swords reversed is saying you've got to stick to your guns, but also at the same time start narrowing your dang options. Because Leo, I think that sometimes with the Two of Swords reversed, the big lesson as a challenge is, why are we keeping our options open for so long? Sometimes we procrastinate and pretend we're working, or pretend we're being productive because we're constantly, oh, I'm exploring this option, and I'm exploring this option, and I'm studying this thing, and now I'm studying this thing, and now I'm exploring this and examining this, and it's kind of like we're not getting anything done the way we think we're getting something done, and piling more onto your plate in that fashion isn't doing you any good either. So making a commitment, sticking to that commitment may be hard to do because, again, there's temptation, there's peer pressure, maybe there's a temptation to, to kind of keep piling on more options at this point in time. If you've got 4 options, pick one of the 4. If you don't like any of them, fine. But if you like all of them, then you're just going to have to pick from there. Stop piling more on. I don't know what this is about, if this is about friends, if this is about, creative projects or love. Just don't do that. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, reversed. And this card is actually saying there may be some challenges going on with either a lover or a crush, or maybe even just a new person, because the Queen of Pentacles reversed tends to show where we have to, discuss who is letting something go to waste. Alright, there's a disappointment that needs to be discussed, and it has a lot to do with either waste or mismanagement. Whether this is mismanagement of our time together, mismanagement of resources, or mismanagement of information. And this might be a mistake. This could be an innocent mistake that a spouse or a partner makes, or maybe even a crush. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it does kind of indicate that we also have to pay attention to where something, even time might not even be used effectively. There's a big focus in February on, having relationships be more productive, to feel more fulfilling. And this might be sort of like a precursor to that for a lot of you, because the Queen of Pentacles reversed is kind of saying, where is there an issue with waste? Where is there an issue of something not being done well, to bond us together? Now, so I don't really think it's necessarily the end of the world here, because Venus connecting to Chiron, I don't see this being like, a terrible thing, but again, it kind of goes into that, how do we patch up and deal with mishandling and mismanagement of resources everywhere? So that is your forecast, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.